Hi there, this is Executive Chef Josh Berry from the BALSAMS Grand Resort Hotel. I'm here to make a batch of risotto with you, teach you one of my favorite recipes. So here we go. First we're going to start off with just an onion and how to properly dice an onion. This nice Spanish onion's been just been peeled and the ends have been snipped off. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this onion in half. So because the onion's flat on both sides, it's not going to wobble on us. We want to keep it nice and flat. That way it's a little bit more safe. So we're going to go straight down through the onion like I'm doing right here. But I'm not going all the way down. As you notice, I'm not coming straight down. You're not hearing it hit the cutting board. What I'm doing is going down and stopping almost a half an inch before I get to the bottom. Okay? I'm going to flip it back over. Okay? Now I'm going to make some nice knife cuts straight down now. Okay. Now I'm just going to go the other way, the opposite way. Now the onion's nice and diced. See these perfect dices that are coming out of there? Like that? Okay. See that? Okay. Once you get down to about here, this is when we may cut it right in half. Hold on to it on both ends. And now we'll just chop away. Okay, there we go. Dice that onion pretty easy now. Okay. So, next for the risotto is we need some garlic. So I just have some peeled garlic cloves right here. Now all I'm going to do with that is I'm going to crush it with the back of my knife. See that? So I just smashed it a little bit. Now don't try to do too many at once or they're going to go rogue and start flying all off on your cutting board and they'll end up underneath your refrigerator and your house is going to stink like garlic for a while. So just do one at a time. Just simple crap. Now these garlic cloves are going to lay flat. Now I'm just going to kind of rough chop them up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Risotto is a very rustic dish. Okay? All right. I have a nice rondo pan right here. Nice flat bottom. It's been on medium heat. I just got a little bit of olive oil in there. Now I'm going to add our onions and our garlic. What a wonderful smell. I love that smell. Great smell and great flavor profile right there. Okay? So you want to just take these onions and we just want to cook them down for a little bit on low heat. This isn't on super high heat. What's called sweating. We want to sweat the vegetables out. Let them get to know each other in the pan. You know, the onions are not going to be so caramelized. We want them to just release some of their natural sugars, okay? The garlic too, okay? All right, we're just going to let that go. So what we're going to do here is use arborio rice for a risotto. Wonderful short grain rice from Italy. And I always try to buy imported. So it's a nice starchy rice. It has a very high starch content. Almost similar to that of sushi grain rice. Once this is mixed into our onions and our garlic, we add our chicken stock and wine into that. It's going to make a nice, its own sauce, really. And that's what we want for a risotto. So we're going to take the rice and we're going to add it in to our product right there. Okay? Now, it's important that when we add the rice, we get it coated with the fat that's in the pan, okay? This rice is cold, so we're bringing it up to temperature, really. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to add a little bit of wine. We're going to deglaze with a little bit of some Balsams Chardonnay. Now, what we've just added there is some acid. Okay. Cooking is a lot about the balance of the primary ingredients of flavor. Salt, acid, flavor profiles, okay? So by adding this small amount of acid, we won't even have to add so much salt later on. Sometimes people think food needs more salt, but if you squeeze a little bit of lemon on a piece of chicken or, you know, add a little bit of lime or grapefruit or some wine, you don't need so much salt, okay? So we've added that wonderful wine into that. Okay. Now we're going to add some chicken stock. Risotto is a dish that we're making here, but it's also nowadays referred to as a verb or an action. To make something risotto would be to make it the same method as we're making this risotto. What I'm doing is I'm adding chicken stock just to cover. Now the short grain rice is going to expand a lot. It's going to take a lot of chicken stock, but we don't want to add it all at once. There are two ways of thought. Some people add all the stock at once, and you can take this whole pot and put it right in the oven and finish it. I was kind of brought up making it a little bit at a time, letting the rice absorb most of the stock, and then adding more if need be, okay? So it's a process that takes a little while. This is probably going to take us about a half an hour, and it's just very slow on low heat. You don't want to boil this. The rice, like I said, it has a very high starch content, so it's going to become, it may stick to the bottom. So you really just want to take your time, stir it. Great, social gathering place, the kitchen. If you're making this for friends or family, it's great to talk about it. Someone could be making the salad. Someone could be slicing up some bread. You have a wonderful bottle of Chianti. This is a great, comfort food dish. And I think that's what a lot more guests of the Balsams really enjoy, because it's like you're coming back. Myself, all my department heads, we've all graduated through this program. We're all alumni, so this is like our home. So by having guests come up here, it's like family. And so we put our heart into all of our dishes because it's it's special to us. We're cooking for you, and we enjoy that. So this is one of those dishes that really you can put your heart and soul into. It's a simple dish, but it's still rustic, and it can be elegant. When it comes time to adding any ingredients to a risotto, if you wanted to make a shellfish risotto or a vegetable risotto, I always cook the vegetables or the fish separately and then add them in to finish the risotto, okay? Risotto should be a pure process, okay? You can see just how we've been talking. You can see that already the rice has absorbed a lot, okay? It's absorbed quite a bit, it's expanded, and it's already making the sauce, that chicken stock, that you can see how thin this chicken stock is right here. This is thin like water. Look how thick it's already getting. It's already has its own thicker viscosity than when we added the chicken stock in before. So we're just going to let that cook down a little bit, okay? We'll add some more chicken stock. This is what I meant. Let it absorb some, and then let it soak back in. So our risotto's, our rice is probably doubled in size, okay? It's taken about 2 quarts of liquid for what we added to this. And risotto, when it's a finished dish, should be very similar to the Italian phrase for pasta, al dente. And al dente means to the tooth. So when you bite a piece of rice, it should just have a little, it's not quite done. Because when it goes onto the hot finished dish, it'll continue to cook. It'll continue to carry over. We don't want this to be mushy. I've been to so many restaurants and had risotto, so many places, that it looks like it was served with an ice cream scoop. Risotto should be like a sauce. Each piece of rice should be encapsulated by a little bit of its cooking liquid, and it should run for about 2 seconds on the plate and then stop. That's a perfect risotto. Okay? So to finish this dish, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter, okay? I have some grated Parmesan Reggiano here. I'll add some of that in. Now I'm not adding cream. Some chefs will actually add a heavy whipping cream into this. I myself don't like to do it. I like just the butter and the cheese flavor, okay? At this point, if you think you've added too much cheese, you can always add a little bit more stock to thin it back out. If you need it to be a little bit thicker, you could always add a little bit more cheese, okay? I like my risotto a little bit thinner, so I'm gonna add a little bit more stock. Now, to classically serve risotto, you'd serve it in a large serving crock or a serving dish, and it would be served family style. I have some fresh herbs from the Balsams herb garden. There's some tarragon. There's some golden oregano outside Mrs. Tillotson's house. There's some fresh flat leaf parsley, a little bit of basil, and a little bit of chopped thyme. So we're going to add all that into there. Wonderful dish. Okay. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to just kind of put that right in our serving crock right there. Okay. Remember, like I said, it should run for about 2 seconds and then stop. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay. We're going to help it out, kind of spread it out on our dish right here. Okay. I have some local cherry tomatoes here, and the cherry tomatoes, I just cut them in half, roasted in the oven with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. This is one of Mr. MacGyver's favorite ways to have tomatoes, so hopefully he'll be stopping by to have some risotto. But we're just going to arrange these neatly. This is something you don't have to do. I think it adds a little flair, something easy that you can do at home. Okay. Wonderful dish here. The tomatoes, they're so sweet. They're going to really balance out with that Parmesan, plus the fresh herbs right there. Chianti Classico or Reserva would go perfect with this. Okay? So we're going to add some tomatoes in here. And really, that's pretty much it. This would be a great side dish to chicken. This would be a wonderful side dish to the pollo alla matone we've done here before. Okay? A chicken under a brick. So when you're done with this, have a great time, enjoy some good wine and some good family and friends, and just remember where you saw it here at the BALSAMS Grand Resort. My name's Josh Berry. I want to thank you for I can show you one of my favorite dishes, and I hope to see you soon up here in the Notch. Have a great day, and we'll see you later.